Oh yeah, how's it going? So it's been a while, and I promise that that wasn't intended. I've had the idea in mind that I was going to come back to this channel and really spend time committing to material back in 2020, and that didn't really happen. And I told myself I was going to do it in 2021, and that didn't quite happen either. And 22, 23, 24, and now here we are. 2025 is finally over, and for 5 years, told myself I'm gonna get back to this, and never really quite got there, did I? But I promise I haven't forgotten about this channel. I haven't forgotten about any of you, and it's been a tough few years for all of us. I think just a whole lot of change in the world, not necessarily for the better. Life has kind of changed me here as well. But one thing that hasn't changed is that itch, that desire to do something a little bit more than just work a normal job, just paying the bills, having hobbies. I know I have a voice, and I want to use it to talk about the things that I love, that I care about. And I want to restart that kind of fire that hit me initially in 2015, 2016, when I first really got passionate about making videos on YouTube. So this video isn't necessarily an update, a promise on anything. It's a statement to myself that coincidentally happens to talk about exactly what we're going to do. But I truly want to get back to this in 2026, and I need to stop lollygagging. I need to stop messing around about this. The ideas are all there, and I think we just got to go after it. Of course, if you're subscribed to this channel, or if you've watched me on any live streaming platform that I've been on over the years, no doubt you know just how much I love Pokemon. It's one of the longest hobbies I've had in my life, but possibly the absolute longest that I have had. It's got me through some of the most difficult times of my life, and even with it turning 30 years old this year, I still genuinely enjoy it as much as I did when I was a kid, which I really can't say about a lot of other things. So, of course, on this channel, that's always kind of been the main premise once I decided to really switch over in, I believe it was 2017. Don't quote me, it's been a long time since then. But that truly is the thing that I want to dive into. It is the one thing I think I have a truly strong, unique voice about. And that particularly applies to a section of Pokemon that has been growing in popularity over the years, and that is the older material. As far as we have come in the games, as much as we're on contemporary consoles and we're about to hit the 10th generation of the game, there has been over the years a growing love and a growing interest for a lot of these older games that I have very, very fond memories of from when I was a child. Particularly, there's been growing interest in the Game Boy Advance generation, which was the third generation of Pokemon games, and the DS generations 4 and 5, which, by sheer coincidence, I happen to know a whole lot about, and I feel very, very comfortable talking about. So, if I'm going to dive into anything here on this channel, which I fully intend to, it will be centered around that, not only for the love of these older games, but because there's still so much to talk about, which absolutely baffles me. This game's been around for pushing 25 years, and there are so many unique features that either gamers didn't experience because they didn't play the games, or they did play the games but didn't necessarily know about, or maybe they even do know about them and just no one has talked about them. So I really want to discuss that. Just want to showcase the love for a period of time that I think a lot of us can look back on and fondly remember, whether it's through these video games or just the way life was at the time, especially compared to the world that we live in now. Fortunately, I do have a very long list of ideas that I've compiled over the years, whether it's written in the Notes app on my phone, kept in Word documents on my computer, scratched down on napkins or old receipts because I had the idea at the time and didn't have anything else that I could use. And it covers a whole lot that I really feel good about. There's so many unique ways to play those older games, so many cool side quests, optional mechanics that weren't explored, just interesting ways to interact with other players, because Pokemon has always been about that interaction, that necessity to work with other trainers, trade and battle, and just enjoy this kind of crazy thing that we all really do. So I want to take a look at those, and I think I want to get back to a very long form, very kind of constructed, very well edited sort of deal that lets me really kind of spell things out and go into depth as much as I like to when I talk about these kind of things. I know it's not necessarily everyone's cup of tea, just hear someone blabber on about all of the intricate details, how these games worked, but I figure if we're going to cover them, why half-ass it, you know? So we're going to cover all of those old mechanics, these old unique playstyles, all of the knowledge that has been covered on these older games. All these things have been discovered over the past 20 years because there are just so many wacky things with a lot of these older games that are truly fascinating to deep dive into. Plus, there's the plethora of challenges that exist. And of course, Pokemon and challenges are relatively synonymous with one another, at least up to a point. It's not really that way now, but these older generations have challenge modes that are particularly well known, particularly difficult, and I think with the knowledge I've amassed over the years, it's very worth talking about, so that way other trainers who aren't as familiar, you can just dive in, you know exactly what is going on, and you can actually go on ahead and take a swing at them too. Of course, this includes things such as the Battle Frontier, which I have done a video about on this channel before. I think it might still be up. If it is, I'll go on ahead and I'll include just a little bit for that down below. Of course, there's two generations of those, both in Generation 3 and Generation 4. Very unique, very challenging experience, and something I have a ton of time invested into, so I'm more than happy to talk about those. Of course, we do have the GameCube games, Colosseum and XD, which were announced last year for the Nintendo Switch Online GameCube pack for the Switch 2. Those are coming soon, and when those do, I really want to dive into those. Those are absolutely fantastic games from the period, ones I don't think have gotten enough love, and there's so much to talk about. I can't tell you how excited I am about those. And there's even some of the just the really quirky stuff from this period that, like, you almost kind of forgot about. Pokemon Battle Revolution, as an example, the battle game for the Wii, which there's a whole bunch of stories around those, and I'm really excited to kind of dive into that. There's Pokemon Channel, which was a video game that's pretty much entirely about watching TV. It's something else, let me tell you. But there's just so much that really kind of scratches that itch for me. And if I'm going to take a genuine swing at this, if I'm going to step up to the plate and I want to knock this out of the park, I'm going to make it about something that I feel really good and really comfortable talking about. The cool thing here is I think this also translates well into something I'm wanting to get back to for a long time, which is live streaming. That was once a big hallmark here on this channel, streaming regularly. And while things have changed from what was the old period of online battles and shiny hunting, I do think there's a bunch of material, especially with these challenge modes. The entire Battle Frontier is a prime example, where being live and just showcasing a bunch of different Pokemon, a bunch of different teams, just how the challenges work, and making something out of it in a live format is genuinely kind of worthwhile. I didn't just want to go live and be like, oh, I'm just gonna be another guy playing another game, or I don't want to just sit there and necessarily be talking to everyone and not really have much of an aim for exactly where live is at. But live is something I feel really good about, is something that I genuinely miss doing, especially after the world kind of opened back up back in 2022. Socializing that way was honestly one of the ways I socialized with people the most, because in that time, the physical workplace I go into for my job was closed for cost-cutting purposes, and we all work from home now. I can't really schedule things with a lot of my friends who live where I do, because everyone has their own lives, and it's very difficult to work around everyone's schedules. And of course, the primary person I see on a daily basis is my wife, who I do love very, very much. But sometimes you need a different flavor of gum to chew on. It can't always be the same one that you have to mouth chewing all the time. You need a little bit of a break just to enjoy exactly what it's like. So I have a bunch of ideas in the pocket. I know exactly what I want to talk about, and things are being organized for this entire approach. However, I haven't decided if I want to continue using this channel and the existing content, the existing subscriber base, to gear all of that going forward, or if I want to go on ahead and start with a fresh slate. Of course, with the way YouTube has been the past couple of years, and exactly how the shift has gone from huge subscriber counts and regular posting to YouTube recommending videos based on interest, I could start posting to this channel again, pick up exactly where we left off, and we could, regain traction, especially if you've got viewers coming in and seeing, hey, there's a couple thousand subscribers here. This is exciting. I know I'm already looking at a relatively seasoned channel. But in my own life, I have been taking strides to clear out a lot of old things I've had around for a very long time, and try to get to as fresh of a start as possible, just gear things as far in the direction that I want them to go here going forward in 2026. And as a result, it honestly may not be a bad idea to just go on ahead and start with a completely fresh slate. I haven't decided, all things considered, and we are going to continue to use this channel for right now. I do have other channels already created if I decide to go with that blank slate, and I'm in the middle of setting those up. If you want to support those and we decide to go that way, I will include the links down below, so that way you can go on ahead and subscribe to them. Not that you have to, but for the time being, we are going to go on ahead and drum up that interest over here, because we do have an existing base, and I'm going to sort of figure it out as we go. Since I created a new email for those new accounts, I'm in the process of moving this YouTube account over to that. It is a little bit of a process, takes about a week. Whether I decide to stick around here or go with a completely fresh start, you will know regardless, and I'll make sure that we just have our lines of communication open, so that way, if you want support, you can go on ahead and do that going forward. If not, that's totally up to you. Life is a little bit different than things have been. Regardless, if you've supported me over the years, if you continue to support me going forward, can't tell you how much I appreciate you, and I'm hoping we can make something kind of special out of this here. There's a lot of ideas that I think we can really do something with, but only time and only the viewer base is going to tell. So this is my message to myself, and I guess to all of you. Here's to 2026, giving it a shot and making it something special. Hopefully, I'll see you all soon.